Well, for the first time in almost a year, the fenders are back on. They're only temporary. I just wanted to see how things were working out as far as the door alignment and such. And I mean, that fender needs to be slid back a bit, but it's pretty easy to see. Well, you know what? It's not so easy to see. Hang on, I'll be right back. Try and get a little more light on it, but you know, the alignment is pretty good. That fender's got to slide back a little bit to increase the gap, but that's not a problem. And this fender too, I think, could probably slide back a little to decrease this gap, but all in all, they're nice and straight. And that's the main thing I'm looking for. So we'll go and have a look at the other side. Okay, I've got more light over here, so that's not bad. I have to pull that fender out a little bit, but you can see that I can get the alignment even if I have to adjust the gap. The fenders can move forward or back. This is the one that was looking like it was going to give me a bit of trouble because the gap was wider down at the bottom. But it seems if I lift and hard to hold the camera and do this by myself, but I do think that I can pull it back into alignment and it'll be fine. I do have an issue on the front edge of this door, and you can see that there is some filler in here, and it's actually split. And here, look at this. It's actually split. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to have to completely strip this, get that filler out, see what I've got. Because overall, the door looks fairly straight. And I can't feel much in the way of ripples on the inside of that door panel. So first I'm going to see if I can save that. Otherwise I might have to buy a new skin for it. So we'll see how that comes together. I have ordered some aluminum welding rods, and I'm thinking that if I can get it cleaned up enough, I might be able to run a bit of aluminum braze down that door edge and fix that. But that remains to be seen. I've never tried any aluminum welding before, but I think it's more of a soldering or brazing process, actually, with the stuff that I ordered. So we'll see how it works. It did get dented in on the top here, so it's going to need some smartening up there, hammer and dolly work. Anyway, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Obviously, I have to do the dog's leg, and at the bottom of the front fender, I'll have to weld a patch in there. Pretty much the same on the other side. But anyway, now that I know that I can get the fenders and everything aligned, I'm going to go ahead, and I think the way I'm going to do it is finish my my sandblasting and paint stripping and try and get the main part of the body into epoxy primer, and then get back onto doors and fenders. Anyway, that's where I'm at the moment. Okay, since my last clip, I've been installing my my outer sill. I've got it just tacked in place with a few sheet metal screws and vice grips at the bottom here. My biggest problem that I'm trying to correct at the moment was there appears to be quite a twist in this door. So when I had the door closed all the way, this was out a good half an inch or more. I've corrected it somewhat, but I'm still have some work to do. So I'm putting a block at the top, a piece of wood, which is stopping that from going in any further at the top. And I put a block of wood and a clamp at the bottom. And the block of wood is to distribute the load and make sure that I'm pushing on the frame and not just denting in the aluminum. But I don't really have enough hands doing this, so you can watch me fumble around a little bit and try and get this into place. What I want to do is gain about another 1/4 inch of twist. There's always quite a bit of spring back, so you got to go way past what you're trying to achieve. Well, let's see if I did anything. I think I did. Not sure why that's not. Okay, that I'm happy with. Okay, I think you can see that all right. I've still got a bit too much gap here. The whole door could come down a smidgen, but I've still got a much bigger gap here than I do at the other end. But I think I can still manipulate this a bit and even up that gap. Anyway, I definitely got the twist out of that door. Maybe even went a little too far, but we'll just wait and see if it springs back a little bit. Or that's perfect right here and all the way along. You know what? I'm quite happy with that. Now, next thing on the agenda, well, this repair panel for the dog's leg, I've got it pretty much the way I want it now. But if I show you, all right, here we are. Back away a little bit. If you look at the difference, you see I added a lot more curve to the one on this side. This was way too flat. And same thing at the other end. I had to add quite a bit of more curve into that. And right the way through the whole thing, actually, even up in here. So I had to get in with the with my shrinker and shrink it there and shrink it here to try and get more curve to it, because the panel was way too flat. So I'm getting there with the first one, and I'm going to work on the other side. See if I can't get more curve into that one, more shape. These were purchased from Moss, and well, the shape's not great, but they're workable. It's a whole lot easier than starting with a flat piece of sheet metal, so we'll work with it. This curve here, you know what, I'll start with that. But that, I just put in a piece of pipe. And worked it like that. Working it with a rubber mallet. The rubber will bend and it'll allow me to create more curve. A bit more to do yet. That's much closer. I want a little bit more up higher. Don't know if I can. Yeah, I can get it in there. Okay, that side's good. Now these, my shrinker stretcher, I want to build a stand for it, but for now, I just use it in the vise and it works. Doesn't take up any floor space, so. And get a bit more curve up in the top. I just put it in the shrinker. Don't want to overdo it. But you can see that I'm getting more shape. And I have to do the same down the bottom. I want more shape in here. And the hard part is getting more shape in here, but it still works with the using the shrinker on the flange here. Well, that's much closer to what I want than the way it was. Around the other side and see how this fits. Well, this door fit much better right out of the gate, but then this was the door for this car. When I first got it, it didn't have a driver's side door, so that door was off of my parts car. So this is pretty good right here. I like that. The gap along here is acceptable, so I'm happy with that. And I'm pretty happy with that too. I might even have a little too much shape right now. I might have to just relax that a little bit, but I got to do a bit of grinding. Something's holding it out too. But I'm very happy with that. Now, lighting's not the best, but I hope you can see that that gap is almost perfect. So, yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that. I still have to put the lower gusset like this. There's the upper gusset here, and the lower gusset that got cut off. I still have to add that back in yet. So I should get on that so I don't forget. Anyway, on to the next. Hey, just thought I'd show you what I'm up to right now. This might be of interest to some of you because it's kind of a difficult thing to get that perfectly straight across the that back valance, and I'm still not there yet. But if I put my straight edge on it, I mean, you can see that I've still got a gap, so I'm going to have to shrink it some more down at this end, and I might even have to put my stretcher end down the other end, and just keep working away until I get that perfectly straight across there. But you see how I've got my, in this case it's my shrinker, and to be able to work it, I had to take a bolt and bend it, although it's not really strong enough. I'm bending it the other way a bit now, but I've been able to go along with that and do my shrinking and stretching. I just had to put a block of wood underneath it to get it to stay at the right height so I could put some pressure on it. And yeah, it's working. Okay, I've been neglecting the videos, but I've been busy. I've got all of the welding finished on the main part of the body. I've got the paint cleared off. I finished sandblasting almost the entire car. I stripped the paint off the outer surfaces with a paint stripper, and it wasn't cutting through the primer very well, so I ended up going back and doing a bit of sandblasting and going over it with the nylon abrasive wheel. And anyway, I got it all cleaned up. The orange that you can see on it now is residue from the vinegar wash. Some of these areas I used muriatic acid on, and didn't get nearly as much of the orange residue from the muriatic as I did from the vinegar. But it comes off fairly easily. Some of these areas, like right here, you can see I went over it again with the nylon wire wheel, and supposedly you can go ahead and paint right over top of that residue. That just looks like too much. I'm not comfortable with doing that, so I'm going over and cleaning up a little bit first. So that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. You can see that back here I've gone over and I've cleaned it up, and same thing up on the top surface of the trunk. I've still got a bunch of work to do in the cleanup. I did one section in the middle there just to try it to see how easily it comes off, and it's not too bad. That side for some reason is really, really orange. But anyway, it's coming along. Okay, some areas I've gone ahead and cleaned up already, and so I'll just keep working away at it until it's done. Yeah, cleaned up there. The bottom of the trunk is all cleaned, so it's coming. I'm hoping to get all of this cleaned up and clean my shop, because there's so much dust from all the sandblasting. It's just filthy. So I got to put all of the tools away and clean off all the benches and try and get rid of some of this dust so that I can do a bit of painting. I want to at least try and get the main part of the body into epoxy primer so that it's protected. And today or tomorrow is the last of the warmer weather, and then the cold and the snow and everything else will be coming our way. So that's where I'm at, and the next time you see her, she should be in gray primer. Okay, well, I've got the epoxy primer on. I've done all of the underside. Just do a walk around here. Get all the underside primed with epoxy primer. Now, what I haven't done the upper side, the outside of the body. I want to go over that with the DA sander with 80 grit, just so that the primer's got something to really bite into. And I haven't done the inside of the trunk, the boot, because I want to get that rotisserie out of the way. There's a few areas I couldn't really get at and clean up very well. So I'm going to take it off the rotisserie. I'm going to clean up that area. And same thing at the front, where the rotisserie attaches on. Obviously, I couldn't get underneath that and do any cleaning. So I'll get it off the rotisserie. I'll get it sitting on blocks or stands of some sort, and then I'll do those areas. But at least the underside is complete. So, well, aside from the color. And yeah, I've got to go shopping and get some paint. But progress, major milestone. Well, I've got Dolly off the rotisserie, at least temporarily. I had to get the rotisserie out of the way. I've got a couple of areas in here where the rotisserie bolted on that I wasn't able to clean up properly, so I'm going to clean that up and do a better job in the boot area of cleaning it up, and then that'll be ready for paint, or at least to get the primer on it. The rest of the body primered yesterday, all the underside, but same situation at the front. I've got some areas there that I couldn't get to because of the rotisserie. So now I can get at it, clean it up, and then we'll just go over the top with the DA sander and give it a real good scuff with 80 grit, and hopefully finish the epoxy primer today. That's what I'm working on. I have a few areas where I can feel where there's little bumps or irregularities, and I'm still actually kind of debating whether I should try and do some of that, some of the body filler on the outside of it before I epoxy prime. But you're supposed to be able to put body filler over top of epoxy primer, so yeah. Anyway, still thinking about that. It sure would be nice to put the epoxy primer on today. I wouldn't say it's warm today, but it's getting up to +5. +5 Celsius, and that is probably the best day we're going to get for quite a while. There she is, all in primer and back on the rotisserie. So, looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. And so now I'll get back on the doors. Well, actually, I got a little bit sidetracked, and I've been working on one of the engines too, pulling it apart. But anyway, that'll be another video. If you saw the short that I did, you know that I've been having computer issues and problems doing my editing. So I bought a computer off of Amazon, and it arrived, and the battery's not working. I have to send it back, but I thought I'd bang off a couple of videos quickly while I have it before I send it back. because it's going to be a few weeks again before I can get my hands on another computer and do some more editing. So anyway, thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe, hit the notifications, all that stuff that would really help out the channel. I'm up to 650 subscribers, and I have to hit 1,000 before I see any money for my videos. So it would help me out a lot. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It doesn't cost a penny, and you'd be helping me out. So once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.